Hey, what is going on, people? It is the Crypto C with another day in the life and a crazy life. It's the asset space. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Sunday to each and every one of you. Wow, what an interesting and crazy time to be an early adopter in this new asset class that is a digital asset space. You and I, my friends, we're playing a game that 99.99% of the masses don't even know is being played. Don't even know it's being played. And we are freaking winning. We are freaking winning. I know it doesn't feel like it. Doesn't feel like it, but you and I, we are definitely winning. Guys, a lot of stuff going on today. The market, of course, is doing what the market does. Saw a very, very interesting, an alarming video from CNBC about Coinbase and the new way to steal your crypto. We're going to talk about that. John Deaton, of course, is on Twitter talking, giving some valuable information about what's going on with William Hemming and his emails, and more stuff coming out of the FOIA. For sure, it looks like some people started his draft, and we'll get into how all of that happened. I found it very, very interesting when we look at the Luna TVL. We're going to talk about where it once was and how big it actually was. It's interesting to see both KuCoin and Binance listed. Binance has a different kind of listing, though. We'll get into that for sure. The UK is not playing around. They are definitely trying to be the financial hub for all markets in the crypto space. We'll talk about that as well. So, all right, guys, listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. So the Bitcoin dominance is at 42.4%. Yeah, that is not a great number for the altcoins. So Bitcoin is, well, let me do this. The total cryptocurrency market cap is at 1.35 trillion. It is up 4.7% on the 24 hours. That's cool. Bitcoin's at $30,000. Ethereum is at $2,062. And XRP is currently trading at 42 cents. 42 cents is still a lot of double figure threads in the space. Still 10, 20, 30, and 40% down on the 7-day in the crypto space. I'm trying to see if there's any greens. Something called XCN, don't know what it is. That's up 7%, trading at 9 cents. Maker is up 21%, trading at $1,532. Goodness gracious. All right, what else is there? Anything else up red? No, look, nope, just bargains everywhere if you're looking. The Osmos token, wow, down 55%, trading at $1.60. Yeah, we're staking the Osmos and Atom and Kava over there on that platform. Love it. Down 50%. That is interesting, to say the least. So yeah, a lot of double figure reds all in the market, guys. Top 100. Yeah, 101. XDC is in the top. It's number 101 currently in terms of total market cap. So yeah, the market again. Oh, Convex down 50% discount. I sold really, really nice. 1139 now, huh? Sold CRV and Convex, most of CRV, and most of Convex, not all CV, not all Convex. Interesting stuff. So there it is, guys. The market is doing what the market does. Phantom token down 50% discount there, 35 cents. Wow, bargains to be had all over the freaking space. All over the space, guys. Man, oh man. I want to share something that I think is interesting to really, really know. A lot of stuff going on with Luna. Should you buy Luna? Should you not? Should you buy UST? UST, in my humble opinion, is a safer deal, because I do believe in order to get anything going around the Terra ecosystem, UST has to repay. So in my opinion, for me personally, the risk in UST is significantly less than in Luna. I get it. It's only 4, 5, 6x. I get it. But I think that's the least riskiest of those two. But I do find it's very, very interesting when, because by the way, CZ made a very, very interesting tweet. I just think it's an interesting tweet. Yeah, I don't own any UST and don't know too much about the ecosystem. I don't know that ecosystem too well. This is Binance Labs invested in Terra and what's like leading investor. Easy to see why CZ is tweeting so passionately about Luna. Binance led Terra's seed round in 2019 and Terra's 2021 round. And the last one that ended just like 6 months ago, they invested 300 million with a 4-year vest and 1-year cliff. Same amount as the jump. So I don't know that ecosystem too well. Were you just investing for tax purposes? I don't own the UST. Well, yeah, that means you pulled out. It's something about, it seems very, very cryptic. And my point to that is just this debate going back and forth. Should you buy Luna? Should you not? That type of deal. I don't know. There's something going on there. And I do think that this is certainly not financial advice at all, but I do think something's going on there. And anybody could pick it up and help to repeg it, right? So anyone could put up the billions. A group of people could put up the billions and get that thing back to repegging. I don't know what that would do for the Luna token, but you get a sense that it would do something for the Luna token, right? Your word will get out on the street. And Luna is currently 0.0004, right? Somewhere around that lines. Somewhere along that line. So look at it, it's 0.002. It was up 300%. And of course, the market makers went and did their thing and took that profit, right? Yesterday it was up 330 some percent. Now 24 hours down 30%. The volume is going up for some odd reason, right? "24-hour volume, 3,180,000,000. 3 billion. So it's interesting to see this volume going up the way that it is on Binance. It's not here, but KuCoin, I believe KuCoin trades Luna as well. I don't know why it's not on here. But anyway, FTX as well. Certain amount of volume going on. The biggest volume by far is on Binance. There's just, again, I don't know what's going to happen, but anything could happen there. And I believe something's going to happen there. So if they make that main priority, bring it back UST, right? If it's 15 or 16 cents, it may be up as much as 18 cents, 15 cents, right? The goal is definitely $1, right? So you do the math on that, and I guess you're gonna have to kind of decide, is it worth it to do it? But I do think the fact that CZ is tweeting out about UST, something is, right? They're not gonna just play their hand, right? Something is kind of cryptic in that tweet. Tasha from Tasha Labs, very, very smart lady. I got introduced to her via by way of Raoul Paul. He had her on a show for Real Vision Crypto not too long ago. It says the Terra Eco had 10% of all of DeFi's TVL, total value locked, at one time. It's bigger than 7 of the largest US banks' total share in global banking. Imagine JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citi, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley go bust all at once. That's the level of systemic shock we just had. And by the way, I don't know if you knew it, but don't forget that not only was the Terra depegged, the Terra US Terra token, stable token depegged, Tether was depegged as well. A lot of people don't also know that Kava's stable depegged as well. A lot of people don't know. USD, I think it's USXX or USDX from Kava's stable, it depegged. Right? That's what she's talking about in terms of the systemic shock. But that was another stable that depegged. And you can bet your, bottom dollar, what is it, dimes to donuts that Novogratz likes to say, shady Novogratz likes to say, that the stablecoin regulation thing that's about to come, whether from the UK, the US, whatever, they're gonna, I guarantee they're gonna know about all the stables that depegged because of what happened with US terror. I promise you. Think about that. And funny that she mentioned the 7 largest banks, right? Boy, would they like that the Congress or regulators to turn the stablecoin thing over to them. Wouldn't they love that? Anders, I'll put this out, and I think this is interesting as well. I think the lawsuit against Ripple by the SEC is a desperate attempt, and that there's something that makes it so things can't be stopped in terms of the lawsuit. It's bigger than I think we think. It really, really is bigger. This is an interesting thing about the Chinese yuan. This is from Gold Telegraph. Breaking news, the International Monetary Fund has lifted yuan's weighting in the special drawing from 10.92% to 12.28%. Now, the US has the largest weighting. Don't know what that number is. I thought maybe 14%. But it's interesting that the IMF made that move. It's very interesting. Gold Telegraph says, noticing a trend. Now, guys, this is something to pay very, 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 very close attention. So let me talk this thing here first before we talk about this. So we cannot long or short Luna on Binance anymore. Nope, leverage has been disabled. And I listen, do you think they were looking, that CZ is trying to look out for you and I? By disabling the leverage. Again, this is on Binance. Now, when everything was cold, good and great and all of that stuff, you could leverage, right? Because the platform wins then when everything's great. But when you know there's only one way for it to go, essentially, then all of a sudden they disable the leveraging. I mean, just think about that for a second. Leverage has been disabled. Interesting stuff. Check a list of this. This is not great. This crypto nightmare starts with a phone call. Fraudsters are using bots to steal your two-factor authentication code and drain your account. This is not great, guys. Take a listen to this.
Fraudsters are targeting crypto accounts using technology designed to separate you from your money. In a CNBC investigation, Eamon Javers unveils the crypto nightmare that all starts with a phone call.
Dr. Anders Apgar and his wife were out to dinner in January with their children, and his phone just wouldn't stop buzzing. The voice message was alarming.
Hello. Welcome to Coinbase Security Prevention Line. We have detected unauthorized activity.
That caught his attention since he and his wife, who are both obstetricians, had more than $100,000 in Bitcoin invested through Coinbase, the country's largest crypto platform. Apgar had a bad feeling as soon as he answered.
Something in the back of your head said didn't quite feel right.
Correct. And it
But
didn't
it was
feel
just
perfect.
convincing enough.
For an instant, he was convinced it was real.
We have detected unauthorized activity due failed login attempt in your account. This was requested from an Canada IP address. If this not you, please press 1.
That says to secure your account, hit 1.
Yep.
So I hit 1.
Yep.
And as I hit 1, the two-factor authentication came through, and I saw a text come through. And this is where, honestly, it gets hazy. Almost like when people say they were in a car accident and I can't remember the details of what happened. And I looked at my wife and I said, something is wrong. And I said, let's try and get into it. I said, let's get to the account. And so when we opened the Coinbase app, we could no longer get into the account.
How long was it from the time that two-factor authentication came in to the time that you checked the account?
Maybe less than 2.
Less than 2 minutes. Yeah. So you tap something on your phone, and 2 minutes later, you're out of your account.
Gone.
And the money was gone.
Absolutely gone. I have no idea at this point. The access to the money was gone.
The account was completely locked. The culprit was apparently part of an increasing trend, a one-time password bot programmed to trick you into thinking your account's getting hacked, but in reality, it's stealing your two-factor or 2FA authentication code. Jessica Kelly is an analyst at cybersecurity firm Q6, which is a CNBC contributor, and authored a report about how these bots work.
That information gets sent to the bot, which then automatically sends it to the cyber criminal, which then has access to the victim's account, which is the exact opposite of what the victim thinks in that moment.
Fraudsters openly sell the bots on Telegram, targeting not only Coinbase, but also other platforms, banks, social media accounts, anywhere you use two-factor authentication.
Thank you for calling Coinbase. This is Sean. How can I help you today?
Sometimes the calls aren't bots, they're real people. On this call is someone impersonating a Coinbase employee. On the other end of the line is Coinbase customer David Silver.
Immediately, it was an electronic voice that told me it was Coinbase fraud department. And I immediately turned to the lawyer sitting next to me and said, start videoing. I knew instantaneously what this was and what it was going to be.
They called the wrong guy. Silver is not only a Coinbase customer, but an attorney who happens to specialize in cryptocurrency fraud.
You are not going to give any access to any individual or human being, okay? You are going to get connected with our server.
Silver was astounded at how much information the fraudster already had.
They had a phone number for me to call back on. The second thing they said to me was, we can't send you an email because your personal email is already compromised, which obviously I knew was not true.
After nearly 7 minutes,
great, thank you very much,
Silver ended the call. That's what Anders Apgar wishes he had done, just hang up. Instead, he says, the ordeal was like watching a theft in progress.
It would be as though we had cameras at the house and we couldn't go home and we could watch people just taking stuff out of our house.
Coinbase tells us that it never makes unsolicited calls to its customers.
Yeah, no kidding. So yeah, that is some crazy stuff. Just be careful out there. Look, you make sure you educate your friends and family, your mom, grandmoms, right? Make sure you educate them and let them know. I got to give a call. I got to get my sister on the phone and give her a heads up. Also, I got to check on what's going on in New York from this crazy madness that happened there just recently. So be careful, guys. Be massively, massively, massively careful. That's the new scam on the streets. And I know a lot of us are, we're veterans. We won't fall for crap like this, but there is that moment, like the first guy was saying, when he lost all his Bitcoin there. You have that moment where you think it's legit. And I never forget a couple months, maybe 3 months back, I almost fell for something, like almost fell for it, thank God I didn't, but I almost fell for it. They're very, very clever, very, very clever. So be careful. There is absolutely no need at all to respond, to click on a link or an email, to hit a prompt, hit one for secure. Like there is no reason. The ultimate first thing is to reach out to Coinbase. The ultimate first thing is to reach out to support on an exchange. It is not to respond to an email. It is no way respond to an email, nowhere respond to a phone call. Don't give out any information on a phone call, none, because they're real quick to ask you to verify something. Give out nothing at all. First thing you should think of, shouldn't you know that already? Shouldn't you know my personal information? Why do I need to verify it with you? So just get off. They're trying to steal your crypto. When it comes to crypto, get off. And if you're concerned, reach directly out to the exchange, to Coinbase. Reach out directly. Do not respond to anything. They reached out. Remember, in the world of crypto, the exchanges, Like we get emails all the time about verifying accounts. I never verify any account. We get emails, verify this account, verify this thing. I mean, they're crypto stuff. I'm like, tell Miss Crypto Sees, no, don't respond to that. Do not respond to that at all. Because if you log into your account, they want you to verify something, it will be there. It will be there. And I don't care if it is even accurate, I'm still not doing it by way of some email or phone call. Nope. I will go directly to the site itself. If something comes up that it says you need to update something, I will do it there. So be careful out there, guys. It is freaking absolutely crazy, these guys. Here's John Deaton. Hinman testified that he probably outlined the speech for Seaman to write the rough draft. This is likely true, considering Polkey's co-attorney Laurel Ness said the speech followed the PC memo. Question is, if Seaman did write the rough draft, what connections, if any, excuse me, does he have? Anyway, this is from the deposition, I believe. Says the first draft of that speech would have been done by my counsel, most likely, says William Hinman. I think I may have outlined it for them, or, I don't remember the exact process. So I wouldn't be sitting down trying to pull together a bunch of things. I'd be reading the draft. Question, which counsel did you recall drafted the original? I think probably Michael Seaman. And so RippleEye says, serious question, was Brooklyn Project also involved in the writing of the speech as support for the attorneys in New York City? BK equals New York City. Brooklyn, New York City. Yeah, my saying this is because BKPJ was only in place, the Brooklyn Project was only in place till June of 2018, and consensus guy Patrick Baraducci from Consensus is seen here augmenting something. So did it basically go in 2018 for 9-page memo to Brooklyn Project to him in speech, break down the consensus fully. Also, Joseph Lubing is out throwing the terms consumer tokens now. Consumer tokens. Brooklyn Project folds in June. It appears that case assists this for the firms. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. Don't know. But that is a great question. It just gets bigger and bigger. So the UK Treasury representative revealed that legislation to regulate stablecoins when used as a means of payment will be included in the Financial Services and Markets Bill. So UK is not messing around, and they're moving forward, unlike the United States, US. And the reason why the United States, US is not moving forward in progressive legislation and regulation is because of the top 8 to 10 banks. Don't get it twisted. That is why. The legislation is not happening because you got the PACs, you got the lobbyists. It's just the way it is. And until we put our money where our vote is, it's not going to change, for sure. And until we stop supporting their traditional financial products, it's not going to change. Think about where your money is. If it's in a bank, you're holding cash, right? Preparing for something. Where are you holding it? Are you letting them use your $10 so they can lend out 100? Are you helping to propagate the money printing? You gotta ask yourself those questions. Really, really do. UK is not freaking around. Ripple, of course, got listed as one of the top banks. I'm Cindy Young here. I had the pleasure of speaking to somebody there and somebody there at Bloomberg Crypto about the rise of the UK crypto industry recently. I'm telling you, they're not messing around. Crypto is an exciting space to be in, and I'm proud that Ripple's work in the UK is being recognized. So on Bloomberg, I'm not going to go to it, can't go to the, they want you to pay. So of course, Ripple will be mentioned there. And we also the video with Chris Lawson in London meeting with the mayor there, right? So, and the great thing again is the company Ripple, the products ODL that uses XRP is just moving on. It's moving on despite what's going on here in the US. It is moving on. 95% of the business is outside the US, and that is a good sign for sure. All right, guys, so I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay though, because you and I are already winning. Have a great rest of the day, guys. I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.